What's going on, people? Don't know why I clap for every intro, but what's going on, people? Welcome back. OnlyFacts Sports, episode 26. I asked man if they're ready. They're yawning. Do you know what I'm saying? That tells you everything.
I was going to be yawning regardless still.
Well, man have been coming into the chat telling me about sleeping pill football, and you man are keeping everyone excited with your awful football. I can't even believe you came to the show in that t-shirt. I only just realised.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, bro.
Should we talk about that now? Should we just get into that now?
Why not?
Because it looks like my man's finally going to be gone.
I don't think so, you know.
You don't think he's going to be gone? We've got an international break coming up.
You flipping Lex. That's what Lex basically says. He's going to get fired before the international break.
But I think that they'll use the international break to conduct interviews is more the thinking. So you may come back from the international break with a different manager.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Do you want it to happen though?
Everybody keeps asking this. I feel like we as a club done this to ourselves.
That's not answering the question.
At
the beginning, like at the end of last season,
so difficult
after the Europa League final, you wanted him gone. Now he started the league. He's played 6 games.
He's been horrible,
and it's been horrible. How many games have you won?
2.
2 in 6.
Even
then, I'm not sure.
I might not even be sure if it's 2. You know, it might not even be 2. It might just be 1. Let me know.
Scroll far down the table. You're 6 games in. You have won 2 games.
Yeah.
You've lost 3. Mm-hmm. You're currently sitting in 14th. Mm-hmm.
This is where we finished last season.
And you're not thinking about him potentially. If there's an opportunity to be rid of him, you're not taking that opportunity?
Only if we get the right manager.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about. I mean, you have a draw to Fulham. You beat Burnley just about. Lost to Man City. They got battered by Brentford. Beat Chelsea. So the results are like... And you're out of the cup as well. This is the thing. You guys got no European football.
Yep.
And you're not going to win the Prem.
Yep.
So you've only got EFL Cup and FA Cup. So you now only have the FA Cup. Mm-hmm. This is the fastest Man United would have ever had a trophyless system, like a guaranteed trophyless season. The fastest. And who have you got in the FA Cup?
I don't think the FA Cup's been drawn yet.
We've got I was going to say we've got Brighton, but that's in the EFL Cup.
That's the EFL Cup. I don't think FA Cup's been drawn yet.
So if you not get a tough draw,
I don't think we're going to win. I don't think we're going to win the FA Cup anyway.
But at least there can be some sort of journey. The season cannot be in complete write-off because there'll be some sort of journey for the fans to go on. What you're saying at the moment is we're 6 games into the league and you're already like, there's no journey. It's over. So why would you not get rid of him then?
Let me answer that question. There was a metric that we went on to keep him in the first place. We finished 14th last season, bro. We didn't win anything last season. We had a worst season that we've ever had and
you got to a European final.
Yeah, but there was a metric that we kept him on.
What was that metric?
That's what I don't know. I don't know what that metric was.
I don't know that there was necessarily.
So why did we keep him?
Maybe there was no one available was good. At the time, the favourite to be your new manager is currently, as it stands, Oliver Glasner, favourite on the odds. Yeah, it's about 3 to 1. Mm-hmm. He's the one everyone's talking about. Other names 8 to 1, so it's unlikely. But at the time, Oliver Glasner was not yet Oliver Glasner. He was doing well at Palace.
He had won the FA Cup though.
Do you know what I mean? But then people are looking at that and thinking, is that a flash in the pan? He then comes into the new season. Crystal Palace continue their good run of form, and they've just beat Liverpool. And now your club is thinking, actually, this guy could be the real deal.
But this is the issue.
And we've been here before.
But that's my point. That is my point. Because the appointing system has been I can name the same thing. Same thing with Ajax when we signed Ten Hag. Same thing when we signed Amorim. He was batting up, beat Man City in the flipping Champions League and all of that. Won the league and all of that. And then he came and he was horrible. My issue is we can bring in Glasner. He might improve us. He might. But there was a metric, and we've allowed him to bring in his players, play his style of football, and I'm almost at a stage where I'm like, regardless, we're going to have to take steps backwards to take steps forwards. But can we, being in 14th, afford to take steps backwards?
Well, that's the thing. You've done the steps backwards to forwards consistently. And so now you're taking so many steps backwards, your ankles are out on the edge of the cliff. you have no more steps backwards to go.
That's my point.
Yeah.
And whoever comes in has to take up the because they don't have a transfer window. They don't have a transfer window.
Yeah.
So they just have to deal with the shit that Amorim's left there. And I'm like, who's best at dealing with Amorim's shit? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Is Amorim best at dealing with his shit, or is somebody else better at that? Because he's left us in a mess. But there's almost...
He's not left yet.
No, well, we're in a mess.
If it looks like...
We're in a mess.
You weren't... When he came in, you guys were in a bad spot. Where were you? 10th, 11th? When he first came?
Yeah, something like that.
And he took you to 14th?
Yeah.
If you're 14th after 6 games, do you feel like you've seen enough to say, bro, we're not going to finish 14th again by the end of the season. Don't be silly. Bad run of form. Things have happened. Injuries. Or do you feel like if he stays, we could be out of the league if he stays?
He is not a good manager. I didn't want him in the first place. I don't want people to be looking at us like, oh, I'm some Amorim in guy, because I'm genuinely not. I didn't want him in the first place. Publicly, I said that as well. But my issue is, if I go into your room and your room's a mess, for example, and I'm looking for something, there is no way I'm going to, even though you've caused this mess, there's no way I'm going to kick you out of the room, because I need to find this. And even though you've lost me into this position, you've lost me, you're the only one who's going to be able to find the route out of this shit.
But there's got to be a certain point at which, if it comes down to the last 8 games of the season, and you guys are in losing form and you're 16th or 17th, you may need to bring someone in who can't fix the mess, but can just win enough games for you to survive. We're 6 games into the season. We're talking about Man United's survival. I'm asking you, do you think that he gets you... Is he more likely, based on what you've seen so far, to get you guys, by the end of the season, into the top half of the table, or to take you guys to the championship?
He's more likely to get us in the championship.
Based on that, you'd have to replace him. What would you wait for? How late would you leave it if it stays like this, or if it even gets worse?
For me, what we should have done is fired him.
No. You keep going backwards.
I'm going to answer the question.
You keep going backwards.
I'm going to answer the question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer the question with a long statement.
Man's doing Chris Nolan. No one asked you that. Just. Do you know what I mean? Like,
if we got rid of him in the summer, we would have been able to bring someone who could bring in their plays and their style of play. Unfortunately, whoever we bring in now doesn't have that luxury.
Correct.
They're gonna have to play the players that we have.
We know all
and
that. Yep.
Get them embedded in their system instantly.
Yep.
And the question is, does that person, because that person has to take steps back as well.
Yep.
Does that person take more steps back than Amorim?
Not necessarily. That person might not have to take steps back.
I think they will.
You just might need a new manager bounce to get you to survive the season. Not long-term solution. Not a long-term...
But I think Glasner is a long-term solution.
That's a separate question. I'm just talking... We're on the question of, do you need to get rid of Amorim first? Is that priority number 1? Like, you might need to get rid of him and just get someone that can get you some type of results. Then maybe... Because last time, you didn't want Amorim in January last time.
No,
so
I didn't.
Would you not look at a caretaker option with a view to bring Glasner in with a transfer window in the summer?
No.
So what would you do then? Leave him?
My issue is I don't know what the club's ambition is.
The club's ambition, we at least know, is to stay in the Premier League. So if
100%.
you want to stay in the Premier League, what are you doing, Shane? What would you do?
If I want to stay in the Premier League,
Yeah.
I don't think we're at panic stations for relegation yet.
Okay, fine.
We've already sacrificed the season. I think keeping him in the summer, we've sacrificed the season.
Yeah.
When we didn't fire him at Grimsby, we sacrificed the season.
Yeah.
So we've already kept him because he kicked us out of the one trophy that we have 50% chance of winning a trophy. He's already kicked us out of that. So then what else did we keep him for? We had to keep him for a reason.
Your game on Saturday, are you streaming this Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
You streaming the game?
Yeah.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know you were down for this game. Shane's going to be live Saturday against Sunderland. I might jump on that live as well, just for vibes. After that game, that's at home to Sunderland. You should win.
Not, bro. Sunderland's playing good football, bro.
If you, but I'm just going to say, if you don't win, do you know your next 5 games?
Yeah, it's a mad thing.
You got Liverpool at Anfield. You got Brighton at Old Trafford. You got Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. You've got Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Ground. Then you've got Everton at Man United, and then you've got Crystal Palace away. Those are your games.
For me, that's one of the main reasons why I'm not getting rid of him. Because those games will get rid of him. He's going to be gone by Christmas. With those games, he's going to be gone by... If I look at the next 5 games, or let's say 6 games, that's Crystal Palace, that's just November. Sunderland is winnable. Just on paper, Sunderland is winnable. You're not beating Liverpool. No.
You're probably not beating... I don't feel like you're beating Brighton.
I don't think so neither.
You might draw against Nottingham Forest because they're up and down. It's Ange ball.
I think Nottingham Forest, you might pick up something. Maybe. I don't... Where is it? City ground?
Yeah.
Probably lose that one.
So I can see 4 points. I think you lose to Tottenham.
Mm-hmm. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, definitely.
Everton at home, maybe you beat Everton. And then Crystal Palace, I don't think you beat Crystal Palace. No. It's a long way away. It's the 30th. Maybe Crystal Palace aren't on the same form. But of the next 7 games, all in November, and you've got no cup competition, mind you, I feel like you guys are maybe picking up 7 points from 7 games. That is just above relegation. Because if you're on... How many points are you on now?
7.
You're on 7 points. And going into December, you'll be on 14 points.
Yeah.
And you still wouldn't sack him.
I'd sack him after that. But I would want my manager, the manager that we bring in, to have an easier run of games. You'd want to sack a manager going into the Liverpool game. You'd want to sack a manager going to that run of games.
Yeah, I get you. If your options are, because there's talks apparently with Glasner, there's talks apparently with Zidane, I think the writing's on the wall for him. I think it's really difficult for Amorim. I think it's really difficult when you're reading the media talking about they're interviewing your replacement. That's very difficult for you to not bug out and find it in yourself to remember he's on the, if we think about boxing terms, he's on the biggest paycheck he's ever had. How many men do we see get paid a big paycheck and just quit? Find a nice soft part of the canvas to fall on. He's getting the biggest paycheck he's ever got. He's only been there for a year. He's going to get a big ass payout. When they're talking to Zidane, they're talking to Glasner, you're losing game after game. It's so difficult.
The one person
it looks like he might want to walk rather than get sacked. He's
not walking.
Because he's not going to because he needs the money.
You know why he's not walking?
What?
More than anything, because this guy is stubborn.
Yeah, it's true. It's stubbornness that's got you to this position.
Said even if the Pope couldn't tell him to change his formation. That's what this guy said. So he played 5 in the back against Grimsby.
Another manager and lost. There's another manager who is going to die by 5 at the back. We've seen this a few times. Certain managers will live and die based on 5. 5 at the back must have nudes on these managers. Like they got something over them because these men will not throw it under the bus whatsoever, no matter how bad it gets. But there you go. Yeah. So get good. You're saying if there's one guy you don't want, you're going to say Zidane.
Don't want Zidane.
What? How come?
Look at the current situation we're in. For me, there is no perfect fix for this. There is none.
Yeah.
But when you look at the set of players that we have, we don't have a set of stat. We don't have a
talented team.
We don't have a talented team.
You think Zidane would have been better with a Rashford or a Sancho? Players that have got talent.
No, not even just that. I also feel like I think the person who's had the negativest effect on Manchester United of any manager we've ever had since Ferguson is Amorim.
Can we title this video, by the way, Shane comes out of hiding? It's just popped into my head. Shane comes out of hiding to discuss Ruben Amorim's future. That has to be the title of the video, please. Because the man on the streets have been calling you out.
The reason why I'm saying he would be the most, because he's signed players specifically for 5 in the back. Specifically. So the next manager who we get has to be versatile enough to play 5 in the back.
The thing is, no, I disagree that that's the case. But also, like...
What do you mean?
It's literally
okay, let me ask you a question. If he plays 4, let's say he plays 4 in the back, yeah, based on the current players that we have, and we can systematically play 4 in the back, and we can play 3 in the middle and play a 3 up front. But look at what he's created. He's created a winger who's playing wing back.
Yep.
He's got Dogu, who's literally isolated. He's pretty much a left midfielder. You've got Sesko, Mbuemo, Cunha. That's our front 3. So if you played 4-3-3, that would be our front 3.
I don't know that it would be, but okay, fine. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, let's say it's not.
Yep.
Let's say it's not, we have to...
I like that front 3. I think the thing is, I understand what you're saying. The only reason I disagree slightly is because he is playing a back 5, that's true. But he's playing Shaw on the left side of a 3. He didn't sign Shaw. Do you know what I mean? He's playing Maguire. He didn't sign Maguire. Most United fans you talk to wanted Maguire and Shaw gone. They're not gone. They're still there. Whatever politics, I don't know. But no one's buying them. I don't know. But they're still there. So it's not just the players he's signed. With the players he's signed since the Ineos, I can't remember the timeline exactly. He could do a back four of Dorgu, Mazraoui, Dillit, and Yoro. Then you've got a bench of Dallo on the bench, which Dallo, Maguire, and Shaw on the bench, and Aiden Heaven on the bench. That's not terrible. That's actually not a terrible bench. Then you've got I think this is my big problem. This is my problem. This is my problem. I was actually going to skip the midfield. Then you've got an attack of Mbeumo doing what he likes to do on the right hand side. Cunha playing left. I like Cunha central, but he played left kind of for Wolves. It can work. Shesko up top, and then you've got Amad Diallo to come off the bench as an impact sub. Again, that is decent. That with just
still there.
Xerxes off the bench and Amad Diallo off the bench. That's not terrible. These are not shit
it's not
players.
14. You're not 14th.
It's not 14th terrible. The midfield.
That's my problem.
But again, he plays Mount on the left. He plays Mount on the right. Mount plays up top sometimes. But you just have the midfield. If you can just get Agate to sit and protect with that team, and then you can have Bruno and Mount in the midfield.
The issue that
we haven't even against Grimsby, we haven't even seen that. If we just had that, and then you've got Casemiro, Aiden Heaven, Luke Shaw, Kobe Mainoo, Amad Diallo, all these talent, all of this is on the bench.
The issue that you have
that doesn't look crazy.
The issue that you have is in FIFA terms, that's amazing.
Yeah, but it's still shit. But yeah, it's okay.
Practically it can work.
Yeah.
My issue is, how does this work? You're basically asking a manager to change everything. You're asking a manager to basically remember we ain't got no pre-season to try this out.
Here's the thing that we're not here to debate Arteta versus Amorim, because Arteta's not won big trophies. For banter, people will say Amorim's better. He's won leagues, whatever. Arteta hasn't, but realistically, Arteta's better than Amorim. But over the time that Arteta's been our manager, he's shown some form of transition, some form of growth. He's shown some form of flexibility. He's shown these things. Like, this is what I'm asking is not crazy. I'm not asking Harry Maguire. I'm not asking Harry Maguire to play striker. But I'm just asking Harry Maguire to clear the ball.
The last 12 months, we've played with players in completely different positions to what you said, other than the front three.
These players can go back to. I'm saying, like, if he gets sacked, of all the managers that you've had, he is the manager that I will by far feel the least empathy for.
Of course.
Because you've done this entirely to yourself.
Facts.
With Ten Hag, sometimes there was like, are the players down in tools? Are the players playing for him? But he's won trophies. Blah, blah. I'd feel a little bit bad. With Jose Mourinho, he finished second. He won the Europa League. I'd feel a little bit bad. Jose Mourinho's one of the best managers. I feel a little bit bad. So the same thing with Van Gaal. Van Gaal came in and
won FA Cup.
This guy, it's like match fixing. It's like he's come in.
Yeah, facts.
He's come in to get sacked. He's selling his O in football terms. He's William Skull. He's William Skull, bro. Like he's selling his O. He's like, I'm happy to sell it to the highest bidder.
At some stage, what you've said, because it's literally
he's not even tried.
We've been crying out for a 3-man midfield.
If you get sacked trying.
Facts.
He has. This is why he's William Skull. This is why he's not even Charlo, or he's not John Ryder. He's William Skull. He hasn't even tried. Facts. He hasn't tried. Do you mean it's not that we've seen you try 4 at the back, 4-3? You've just allowed it. You just
literally
whatever.
And the worst thing is he's literally looked at is what is the worst formation I can play for these set of players, and that's a 2-man midfield.
Playing Maguire in a high line.
You couldn't ask for something worse. You literally couldn't ask for something worse.
Yeah, a 2-man midfield with Casemiro. Midfield is your weakest area of your whole squad. Midfield is your weakest area.
2-man midfield.
And you play with the least players in the midfield.
And not even the least players, with the least legs. It's not like he's playing Mainoo and flipping Mountain.
He's
playing Casemiro and Bruno.
He's not
in there.
Conor Gallagher or anyone like that. Yeah.
Man's literally played with the 2 players who literally do not defend or win the ball back. No. Or like, obviously, Casemiro's got no legs and Bruno doesn't win the ball back. So that's literally what he's done. And for me, I'm like, you now have to get that, because you know what I'm saying.
And he's signed Agate, who he's got a previous relationship with. He's shit.
Why I'm not on why Zidane? I'm not on for Zidane. So I remember when Spurs, they sacked Nuno and brought in Ange. Nuno played defensive football and played the complete opposite. This guy, whoever we get as a manager, has to be tactically fluid.
Yeah.
They have to be. Zidane, I don't think he's adjusting for these man here, bro.
No.
I don't think he's adjusting for these man.
No.
We're gonna get another. That's like us bringing in Mourinho.
Yeah.
Another stubborn manager. We need some. So I wouldn't mind Glasner, but even Glasner, the reason why I wouldn't want Glasner now is because for me, we could ruin Glasner. We could actually ruin him because.
That was gonna be my next question. Do you think we were debating this when I played football on Monday? I said, because it's typical arrogance. Obviously, I don't like Man United as an Arsenal fan, but I remember when Rio was saying arrogantly last season, and fuck Rio Ferdinand as well, while we're at this conversation.
Why?
Just because I don't like him, not for any reasons. My podcast don't like him. But he said that, when Arsenal were flying, he said last year, when you look with proper shit, if Man United wanted Arteta, we could get him. And we were like, bro,
It's a lie.
It's not. This isn't 10, 15 years ago when you got Van Persie. Like,
I still don't even think that's the case.
you lot are properly shit, and you've been shit for a long time. Like, it literally doesn't make sense. Arsenal's a way more attractive prospect. It don't make any sense.
And it's not even.
But it was just pure arrogance that's leading him to say that. So I said yes on Monday Football when I was at Ball. I said to the Man United fan, I said, bro, you man might not be able to get Glasner. You actually might not.
My cousin said that.
You might not be able to get him.
My cousin
that's
said
not,
that.
That's
to me.
not a promotion.
My cousin
it's
said
more
that to
money
me.
for a demotion. That's not a promotion.
And it's not even just that. It's the reputation.
Yeah.
Because for me,
If I'm Glasner, why am I going to go somewhere where I've seen all these men fail?
Not even just that, but if I'm Glasner, I'm maybe one, like, let's say, not Arteta, because Arteta would be a big jump. But let's say, who's another team? Let's say Aston Villa get rid of Emery, or Newcastle get rid of Eddie Howe. I would rather go to them than United.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me,
United's just going to pay more money.
I think whoever we sign,
He's got a good managerial future in front of him, and going to Man United would kill it.
I think that's why last season I felt like we should have kept Ruud van Nistelrooy to the end of the season. And the only reason why I said that was because for me, whoever takes, I do think we need a caretaker manager, but whoever takes on this managerial job long term has to take it on with a clean slate.
Yeah.
And they can't be dealing with the burdens of playing games constantly. The issue is whoever we get right now, they're going to be week in, week out. And the issue is as soon as Ruben came in, we had tough fixtures that he had to play straight away. And he has to impose his philosophy in a game against
Minutes,
City.
yeah.
In like important games. Whereas if he came in the summer, I'm not saying it wouldn't have worked anyway, but he would have had a whole pre-season to do that. And for me, whoever we get now has to be until the end of the season, and we fire them. Like literally, they're just there to build the vibes.
Yeah.
Build the vibes. We ain't got nothing to win this season anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the last time you guys signed a caretaker manager,
He ended up staying.
it was his plan to stay the whole time. That's like when the gal says she just wants to beat, but really she wants a relationship. But she just thinks if I put it on him good enough, he'll want a relationship too. That's Ralph Rangnick, bro. Do you know what I mean? He just thought, when I show these men my magic, they'll want me to stay.
No, but Ralph Rangnick was different though.
Because he came in as a caretaker. He was meant to go on to be director of football, and then he stayed.
Ralph Rangnick was different.
Why?
Because I feel like with Ralph Rangnick, he came in on a thing where this place is shit, I'm going to declutter this place.
But the plan was you're going to be caretaker manager and then be the director of football at the end of the season. Come the end of the season, he said, actually, I think I want to stay as manager. And they said, brother, no, we've already told you that's not the plan. So,
no, but he wasn't given the power that he should have been given still. He wasn't given the power that he should have been given.
We'll see.
Because for me, we needed a clearer. We got rid of a lot of players, but I feel like right now we actually do have some decent players that can actually do much better than what we're doing now.
Yeah, for sure. In boxing news, breaking news, I'll pass over to you because you know more than I do. Dana White is launched officially.
Zuffa Boxing.
Yeah, Zuffa Boxing, and I mean, what's the difference? You said something about no belts or something like that.
The biggest change is that it's away from like WBC, WBO, and
the governing bodies,
and all of that. And a lot of people, their knee-jerk response is, well, no more politics in boxing. But
that's street. Who's saying that?
There's a lot of people saying that.
Intelligent, respected boxing people, or just random people?
I mean, I even heard Max talk about it.
I don't know how much Max is respected in boxing anymore, but fine.
For me, it's one of those ones where...
Also, Max is on the payroll, so...
I was going to say that.
Max is paid. They pay him.
My biggest concern isn't even necessarily that, because it might be palatable for people, it might not be. I genuinely don't know. But what I want to find out is there doesn't seem to be much resistance against Dana White, and I don't know if that's because he hasn't announced any fighters who are under this league or anything. But the issue, the fact that there's no resistance means that he believes that he can keep taking steps forward. The thing is, we've already done a video. I don't think Dana White's going to work in boxing anyway. No. The reason why is because his model is about reducing the pay cut. This is not the environment to do that because everybody's just getting bare money from Turkey.
The thing is, to me, what this will end up being, boxing is very cyclical. This will be another cycle, and what this will just end up being is another governing body. Some people will fight under Zuffa Boxing and get whatever award they get over there, whether it's a belt or
it's
whatever.
The Ring Magazine belt that was still being out.
Fine. It will just become a governing body, because right now, if Anthony Yard goes and beats David Morrell on Zuffa Boxing,
Benavidez.
No, David. I'm just making up a fictional scenario.
I can't feel that's who he's fighting on.
Yeah, he's fighting Benavidez next. I'm just saying, if Anthony Yard goes and fights David Morrell and wins the ring belt under Zuffa Boxing, who's the best light heavyweight in the world?
Bivol or Beterbiev. Okay, cool.
So what are we doing? So what have you proved?
Nothing.
Now, to get the big money fight and to prove yourself for legacy, you have to go and fight Bivol for his belts.
Yeah, facts.
So where are we then? So we're back to the beginning. Do you mean? When Tank took the fight with Lamont Roach over, who was Tank supposed to fight before he fought Roach?
Oh, people wanted him to fight Shakur.
Did he make more money fighting Roach than he would have made fighting Shakur, or less?
Probably not.
Cool, he made less money.
Probably.
Okay. Before Bivol and Beterbiev fought, or like Anthony Yard, let's say, Anthony Yard, who else? What other examples are there? The point I'm trying to make is, a lot of people in boxing, they take the big money fights, of course they do, but a lot of people take less money regularly for legacy.
Oh yeah, of course. I give it
regularly.
Of course,
do you know what I mean?
Of course. Like many times, people do.
Did Crawford lose money when he paid his way out of his contract with Top Rank to go and fight Errol Spence?
No, but I'll give you an example, like, because that was a big money fight. So that was. But I'll give you an example of where someone took less money to
to go and get their belts and get legacy.
Legacy is Haney.
Yep.
And going over to Australia. No, but
of course it was. It's true, but it's true. But it's just funny that it's Devin Haney again. But the point I'm making
but many people do it.
Yes.
Many people do it.
Yeah,
I mean, Usyk's done it before.
Yeah, Usyk's done it. Yeah.
You know, I think. When AJ fought Charles Martin, he done it to win the world title.
This is the point I'm trying to make. This fighting for money thing, there is a big part of boxing that's about that. 100%. That's a big part of boxing. Eubank, Benz, and stuff like that. A lot of it is about money when you get to a certain level and stuff. But that alone, these guys just coming in with the ring belt and making Zuffa Boxing, and then they don't have any fighters. They're going to have to overpay fighters to get them out of contract, or do what Boxer didn't, find fighters that are coming out of contract and different things like that. And if your fighters are coming out of contract and you're not trying to
renew with them,
you're probably going to overpay. So you're going to overpay these fighters. And then when you overpay them, you're not going to buy enough of any particular division to. It's just going to go in cycles.
This is the problem, because if you're building a foundation based on money, like if you're building a relationship with a gal based on money, there's always going to be someone with more money. So you can't be upset when that gal leaves you for someone who's got more money.
Boxers are contractors. They're mercenaries.
Of course. The only people who you don't see that with is people who are culturally attached. Like Al Heyman.
Yeah.
And you see like people literally just love Al Heyman, so they'll fight under Al Heyman. So that's different. I'll give you an example though, like a really
and Travellers with Frank Warren.
Travellers with Frank Warren. But when I look at the media of boxing, I don't see the pushback that I would have expected to see. But I even was watching the Boxing Voice, and shout out to the Boxing Voice. They were saying how the belt's worth a certain amount of money, that they're fighting for the Ring magazine, and like it's gonna have way more worth, and there's like they were just defending Zuffa Boxing. And I'm like, I'm so surprised that boxing people, like, as I said, Max Kellerman, the boxer voice, people are genuinely looking forward to this idea.
I got a reason.
Go on.
You mentioned culture. In the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, who's been the biggest global promoter in boxing? In the last 5-10 years, who has been the biggest global promoter in boxing?
I don't know. I think it's been shared.
You think it's been shared?
Yeah.
You don't think Eddie, with all the world champions all around the world?
I would say he has a claim to it.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'd say that is because he hasn't promoted the biggest fights. You think about the biggest fights, you think about Crawford, Canelo.
Yep.
You think about Spence, Crawford. You think about Canelo versus... Another big fight.
For a big part of Canelo's...
Golovkin.
For a big part of
Canelo versus Golovkin.
After that Golovkin time, Canelo's with Eddie for a period.
He was with Eddie for a period, but he was also with Al Heyman for a period.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people shared Eddie.
Shared Canelo, yeah.
Shared Canelo. And then you think about the fights that Turkey's put on. Just Turkey himself.
Well, this is the thing. I think Eddie, for me, has been the biggest promoter because a lot of take away Spence Crawford, take away some of the other fights. He's got Jara Pataya. He's had world champions.
He's definitely got a
large stable, and he's the only one. He spoke about culture. He's the only one that's been able to bridge gaps between different cultures
100,
very, very well.
That I would agree with.
So now, the reason that I think the boxing voice and Max Kellerman and those other people, what do they all have in common?
They're
American. And then some of the big fights for Americans have been over in Saudi. Mm-hmm. The feeling is probably from American fans that they haven't had a heavyweight champion for a while since Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder.
How long ago was that?
What, 4 years ago?
4 or 5 years ago? Do you mean there's been AJ, there's been Fury, there's been Dubois, Usyk 2018?
2020.
2020?
2020.
5 years, no black American heavyweight champion. But I'm just saying, from their perspective, I think that they're wrong, by the way, but from their perspective, I think they're looking at this and the narrative they are probably being sold is boxing's coming back to America. Do you know what I mean? When you think of the UFC, global sport, MMA is a global sport. When you think of the UFC, what country do you think
of?
America. So if you could have, you can't, but if you could have a UFC of boxing, people would automatically think America.
No, but the reason, what strengthens your argument is also the fact that America boxing is the only international sport that America buy into.
Yes.
Like they don't really buy when NFL, all of that. Like
their top sports are largely American focused. Yeah.
Whereas boxing hasn't, and what you've seen is, you got people who make money, but for the first time ever. Because even when boxing's always been global, but the big money's always been in America.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Now, that's not the case
And
anymore.
in the heavyweight division for the last 5 years, the big money, arguably for longer than that, because even when Wilder was champion, let's be real, Ortiz was the first time he was making big money. AJ was making big money long before Wilder. Yeah. Wilder's kind of using AJ's name to get to that big money. You can look it up for the American fans. They're going to get upset and don't like to learn about mathematics. But the reality is, in the heavyweight division, which is the big money division, they haven't been there for an even longer time. We're going beyond 5 years, 10 years. So the idea of bringing that all back to America, I think that's what they're being sold. That's why Joe Rogan is the face. We know how Americans feel about Arabs, and we know how black Americans feel about Arabs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So having the face of that, do you know what I mean? Like we said, the American relationship with Arabic people and the English relationship with Arabic people is totally different. Do you know what I'm saying? Turkey could probably come to England being the way it is, and just do what he wants. Because England's like that. People can kind of... America's not like that.
Yeah, I hear what you mean.
America's not like that in any way, shape or form.
Of course.
You could come to England from any country in the world and set up a podcast. We can just go to New York and set up a podcast in Times Square. People would be fuming. You're not from here. They'd be fuming. Do you know what I mean?
There's a level of ownership to their thing.
Correct. Do you know what I mean? So that's why he's got this Joe Rogan frontman. Joe Rogan. I always called him Joe Rogan. I've done like 2 podcasts in the row now. Dana White frontman to be the American.
But it's Dana White's team. It's not even.
But it's with my man's money, and with his belt and his accreditations.
True. I don't even know, bro.
I just think Dana White's the front man.
I don't even know. But I don't.
I think Dana White's the front man.
I don't think that's necessarily a good thing though, because Dana White's got a bad reputation.
This is what I don't think it's good. I'm just saying why American fans are buying into it. This is why the boxing voice.
But a lot of people getting a lot of hate though. Dana White is getting a lot of hate as well.
But you just said that you've seen like a weird mix of reactions.
No,
I'm saying big boxing media
have been giving it.
I guarantee you, if you go and look at Hatman's videos talking about it, I don't know if I ain't seen any of Hatman's videos, but I bet you anyone who's like G-Man, Hatman, maybe not Ade because he does work with them, but anyone who's British or not American will probably have a slightly more negative stance, and people who are American, I reckon, will kind of have a slightly more positive stance, because ultimately it means that the great big boxing events are coming back to America again.
Potentially.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't believe that's the case, but potentially.
I agree I don't think that's the case either. Because the whole reason Saudi got into boxing was to build the profile of their country. They're going to do the same thing they did here and start to amalgamate themselves into the culture and then start taking some big fights over to America.
I think the reason why...
And Americans will start throwing their toys out of the pram when that happens.
I think the reason why he's using Dana White is because Dana White doesn't actually have an interest in boxing.
Agree. Yeah,
That's
why it's not Dana White's thing. That's what I'm trying to say. When are we seeing Dana White go and watch fighters from the amateurs and start to build up superstars? No.
That's why I feel like he didn't do it with Eddie and Frank. Because Eddie and Frank have an
established business.
They have their feet in the business. So you can't really tell these men what to do. You can work with me, but you can't control. Well, apparently he's buying Matchroom, so I don't even know.
This is what we tried to explain before. The money is only going to take you so far.
I watched the video I don't even want to say. Go on.
What?
Yeah, go on. Because I watched a video of someone saying, "Oh, Turkey saved boxing," and I'm like, "Oh, you man."
Who was that? Someone we know?
Yeah.
Are they pretty paid though?
No, they're not paid.
Are you sure?
No, they're not paid.
Are they just an idiot?
I wouldn't say that they're idiot. I don't know what it was. Boy, morally, we know that, their morals aren't always in the right place, innit?
The YouTuber or Turkey?
No, the person I'm talking about.
Oh, swear down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, you know them way there, like. Yeah.
Fair enough. I think it's a very short-term view. I mean, Spence and Crawford happened before Turkey came into boxing. And what that shows us is that sorry, let me finish my sentence. What that shows us is that fights that we think can't happen can happen, because we thought that fight couldn't happen. The only fight I've seen from Turkey, and I've liked a lot of the stuff he's put on, don't get me wrong, but the only fight I think I've seen that I really was convinced we wouldn't see was Bivol Beterbiev.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know what other fights have happened.
Fury?
I think that would have happened.
Maybe.
I think that would have happened.
But Fury wanted a lot of money, and Fury didn't want the fight. The only reason why he took that fight was because it was a lot of money.
I think there could have been money in that for Fury regardless.
Yeah.
There would have been money. There would have been. And even still, for me as someone who's not a massive Tyson Fury fan, it doesn't affect me if Tyson Fury wants to run away from Usyk and not fight him and show his ass and show that he's not really the warrior spirit. Like, that's fine. That's what I expect from him anyway. Do you mean?
But we wouldn't have got undisputed though.
Fair enough. I think it's.
I hear your point.
I do think we would have got it though. Fury would have cracked to the social pressure.
I hear your point, though. I hear your point.
When you say he saved, but what's happened? What has? Oh, we never would have seen Adamas versus Shiraz. What were we talking about? We never would have seen that New York card. What's he done that wasn't that was just not doable?
The thing is, what people fail to...
Bivol Beterbiev seemed not doable.
Yeah, fact.
That's from the Russian government who don't listen to no one.
Fact.
It's not doable.
Yeah, fact.
Do you know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury versus Usyk is very doable. Tyson Fury just needs to build enough of a storyline, or if Tyson Fury would have needed to see Usyk fight Dubois and get knocked down and look vulnerable in order to then take the fight. Do you know what I mean? But it was never not doable.
It for me, and this is just me speaking from the outside looking in. Yeah. I don't feel like, but he's done what I've seen everybody else do. Yeah. In the sense that they've come into a market overpaid for market share, and they've got that market share, and that's what it is. But I feel like the reason why it's what's it called? Like pushed or praised was because of the timing of it. I feel like the timing was perfect, because I felt like if he'd done it in the early 2000s, early 2010s, then what fights would he have made?
That adds credence to my point. One of the reasons I think it's been pushed particularly is because he's Arabic and he's from Saudi Arabia. If he was from Britain, people would say, you're a businessman, you're trying to make a pound note. If he was from America, people would say, you're a businessman, you're trying to make a pound note. The Saudis can sell this story of, we have unlimited money and we don't care about money. If you didn't care about money, then where were you and your boxing love when, as you just said, that same time frame when boxing wasn't so glamorous?
Because as I forecasted, because we've got Eubank versus Ben, yeah? What's next in the UK? What's next in the UK? Because I definitely know we're going to a dark ages. They're trying to make the most out of Fury versus AJ, but bro, that we're looking at two old pensioners there. What's next in the UK in terms of a big ring card?
This is why they're trying to run with Atoma and trying to push him to make him run before he can walk, because that's what they're putting their stake in. Moses Atoma is very sensitive on social media and claps back at haters. Moses, I'm not hating on you. Just listen to what I'm saying for a second. They are pushing him before he's even ready because they badly want to get a foothold, because all of that Saudi money is going to find its way to Dana White in America and they'll start to build their own
but it's not even just that. It's the fact that Ring itself has put on 3 cards in the UK this year. Usyk Dubois, Conor Ben Eubank 2 times. Yep. That's the 3 cards he had in the UK. 3 good fights. Next year, what 3 fights can I see in the UK based on the current stable of UK fighters? Yep. I don't see any. And that's the issue. Yep. Because I'm like, you are working in a market that only makes sense if you have good enough fighters. If you don't have good enough fighters, then... Correct. That's what I said in the...
Woodley Atoma maybe some point
but that's not a big fight. That's just a normal card you don't even need to overpay for. That's a normal card.
Yeah, neither of them have made
what is that?
5-10 million.
Is that as big as AJ and Klitschko? Because we got that without Turkey. No. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, potentially AJ and Fury for no belt is bigger than Atoma and
facts.
Woodley even for a belt.
So my point is, what is
Crocker?
You know what I'm saying? Like those fights we would have got though. Yeah. We would have got those fights. Like, where do we need? That's why I said in my last video, thank you very much for your time, but it's time to go. Yeah. Because we got what we needed. There's not a fight right now that I think that Turkey could bring to me that I'm like, we wouldn't have got without Turkey. Yeah.
Now we're going to see how much he really loves boxing.
Facts.
Now we're going to see how much this guy really loves boxing so much. We're going to see, because there's going to be no profit to get made, and you'll start to see fights get harder and harder to get made again.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because when they've got a fighter that gets paid 10 mil a fight, and this guy's got a fighter that gets paid 8 mil
and they're running out of opposition, because this is why one of the people say, the best should fight the best all the time. Well, then what happens when the best fights the best? What happens next? We're in a situation where Crawford is in right now, isn't it? Yeah. Well, you have to invent a new task for him to find. Yeah. Like,
you're going to keep inventing tasks. I saw someone post on social media today, the guy was an idiot, some black American guy. And he was like, there's one guy that Crawford wants to stay away from. They call him the Mexican monster and all this kind of shit. And I was like, yeah, he's way, way, way bigger. That's not a...
I thought you were going to say Boots. I literally thought...
Some people were in the comments posting gifs of Bivol. Like, I was like, yeah, of course. That's not... But like, this one said, they're going to invent tasks for him until he eventually fails and then be like, you were washed. Like, you weren't that good.
But what... Yeah, that's another thing. This new wave of boxing fans that just have this. That's another thing.
What are we talking about? Yeah, what are we talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. So
I thought they were going to... When you said black American, I thought you were going to say Boots.
No, there's this guy, I can't remember his Instagram, but he was like, before you ask who I am, and started rattling off all these statistics, like I'm an amateur boxer with 12 wins or something. I was like, bro, I know men that have played professional football that don't know shit about football.
Facts. Most fighters don't... I mean, Tank does not know about boxing.
How many great fighters have turned into great coaches? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? It's completely irrelevant. But yeah, it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. Pac-Man, we thought he was back for one fight. Yeah. He's not back for one fight. He's back for a second fight, and a fight that I might think he loses if Rolly's really motivated.
But you know what though? This fight, is actually, and I'm so embarrassed to say it, because I scorned him versus Barrios. But I actually wouldn't mind seeing it, you know.
We're getting
because of how good he looked against Rolly. Against Barrios.
The thing is, with Rolly, he's a quintessential which version of him is turning up.
Facts.
Fighter. Do you know what I mean? If we get the best Rolly, or like if Rolly could replicate his best previous performance, Pac-Man don't stand a chance. But he really can't. He's only really dug deep and put in that type of performance like 2, maybe 3 times in his career.
Facts.
And other times he just looks kind of flat and uninterested. Rolly is a classic example of what's bad about Turkey, actually, bringing it back to the last topic, because certain man, you can't overpay them.
Facts.
Because if you overpay him, this is Ruben Amorim. If you overpay Ruben Amorim's never, bro, he got one Man United contract, started wearing Moncler and shit. Like, if you overpay this brother, you ain't getting a good job done because you've overpaid him. It's like,
no, but he had a good job against Ryan, though. He fought well against Ryan.
Because he's trying to upset the upper card.
Yeah, probably, maybe. But you know what, though? It's actually a fight that's quite intriguing because Pacquiao. It's not like the things that I was saying previously of years out of the ring, coming off a loss. I thought he beat Barrios. I thought he fought well, and he's got the ring rust off. So that fight is actually 147.
147. Okay.
That fight is, and it's for a world title.
I'm glad it's 147 because anything.
And it's for a world title.
Because anything heavier, you know what they would have said about Pacquiao?
What?
Pacquiao Crawford.
Probably.
That would be the next thing because it's the 2 big names.
Probably.
Do you know what I mean? Can Pacquiao move up and fight? That's what it'll be.
Trust me. But you know what though? Like, the reason why I'm actually intrigued in this fight, because of what you said, I can actually see a world where Pacquiao wins.
Yeah.
That I'm being dead honest, I can actually see a world where Pacquiao wins this fight.
Rolly's got some of the widest level of performance from his best to his worst. It's so broad.
Is mad.
Yeah.
Like, if we're seeing the Rolly that fought flipping, not even the Rolly that fought Tank, because the Rolly that fought Tank was actually decent. The Rolly that fought Cruz, Pitbull Cruz, that guy, boy, Pacquiao might win, bruv.
Yeah.
Pacquiao might win, bruv.
If you see the Rolly that fought Ryan,
Pacquiao's losing. So that's why it's such an intriguing fight. And Pacquiao actually still has a lot left. Well, not a lot.
Is that announced?
Yeah. Well,
has it got a date? Is what I'm asking.
No, it's not got a date.
Okay, fine.
It's not got a date. But apparently that they're in talks for that. And let's be honest, what other fight is there for Rolly?
Yeah.
I mean, Rolly's been with a PBC for a while. Pacquiao's last fight was on PBC. I can see that. I can actually see that. But I actually be honest, if he won a world title at his age, I would actually say well done.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's not even like Barrios and Rolly, their career 40s, they've moved to 47 and kind of just inherited belts that Boots have dropped. Specifically in the case of Rolly. Yeah. Rolly kind of just got a belt that Boots lost. So there's that. But he could genuinely say, Pacquiao, that I've beaten
Hall of Famer.
No, I'm talking about Pacquiao.
Oh, right.
He's beating a 2-weight world champion.
Yeah.
And he's not beating he's beating a world champion. So
Rolly's not a scrub.
Yeah, and he's coming off a good win. Like what is next for boxing?
Yeah, Pac-Man coming off a loss and then beating Rolly is really impressive.
But I don't think he lost to Barrios. I thought he won.
But he did.
I think they scored it a draw, you know.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I hear what you mean, though. I hear what you mean.
Yeah.
Regardless, the fact that he was able to fight Barrios and hold his own gives me confidence that he actually might beat Rolly.
Quick question. This could be a whole topic in itself, but I'm not going to do a whole topic about it. So I'm just going to tack this on to the end of this topic. When all is said and done, and for one of these men, all is said and done, has been said and done for a long time. Who has a better legacy between Pac-Man and Mayweather, especially if Pac-Man can still be winning world titles at the age of 47?
I don't know, because I've got
eight division world champion.
It depends on how we define legacy.
Who's achieved more in the sport?
Pacquiao.
Who should young up and coming fighters look up to?
Pacquiao.
I think for me, those are two things combined.
It depends. Financially, Mayweather. Yeah, promotionally, Mayweather.
When we're talking about legacy in the sport, I'm never talking financial.
That's what I'm saying.
As boxing fans, that is the least important thing to us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I never.
It's not my money.
It's not my money, and it's just not how. Chris Eubank will make way more money than a lot of fighters that are way less. No, maybe not Chris Eubank, because Chris Eubank's been at the top level at some stage in his career. Conor Benn will make way more money than fighters that are way better than him. So how much money that you have...
I mean, Conor Benn's made more money than Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know what I mean? So the money that you've got is just irrelevant to me. Do you know what I mean? Or just the fact that you can speak English immediately takes
Yeah.
you up a level. Do you know what I mean? If there's an unbelievable fighter that's coming from Taiwan, do you know what I mean? Cuba's at least got some solid boxing foundations. Do you know what I mean? If you come from Taiwan, then there's no real infrastructure behind you. It's going to be an uphill battle. Do you know what I mean? So it just is what it is. But yeah, I think you know, Pacquiao winning, if he can win a world title at 47.
I think like Floyd's obviously got the O, like the undefeated and all that. But I actually think if you're asking who's a better fighter, Floyd's a better fighter. Floyd's got better skills. But if you're talking about legacy, I think Pacquiao.
8th division world
champion. I think Pacquiao. Yeah. I think Pacquiao, and I know people are going to disagree, but I think Pacquiao, and I'm a big Floyd fan. But I don't even think it's close.
I think especially if he can win a legit world title against a two-division world champion at the age of 47, that's insane. I mean, he should be a world champion right now. This should be a unification. It's true. Well, there'll probably be a unification, maybe unification rematch. I mean, going into 2026, we're going to have this Zuffa Boxing and Ring Magazine putting on 48-year-old Manny Pacquiao fights. How exciting.
I don't think Zuffa Boxing is behind this.
Are they not?
No, it's Pacquiao. It's PBC.
Oh, it's PBC behind it.
It's PBC.
Well, we'll see. Because Rolly was on the ring card last time out.
Yeah, but I think Zuffa Boxing and Ring's two different things.
Now,
I don't even know.
For now,
this is what I don't even know how this is going to work.
It's going to be. I don't know
how this is going to work.
It's going to be the same thing.
You have certain people like Bivol, who's Ring Magazine champion but WBA champion. How does that work?
It's going to be the same thing, and that's why they want to get rid of the Muhammad Ali rule, because then they're going to have
impossible.
This is why they're trying.
No, but here's the thing:
you're going to have a promotional company and a belt as one.
Is that
not a conflict of interest?
Do you know why you can't? You know why even if you got rid of the Muhammad Ali trophy, it's going to be different. The Muhammad Ali Act. You know, even if you were to do it in boxing, you can't do that because the biggest issue is Floyd and Oscar kind of ruined the game for anyone who was looking to do this Muhammad Ali Act, because fighters can manage themselves now. And that means I pay myself 2 times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or I just have a dad that's my manager and I'm paying myself 2 times.
If Ring are a governing body, how can they also, the same guys putting money behind Ring, who are a governing body, are putting money behind a boxing promotional company?
But you have people like Tank who refuse to, who don't care about world titles.
But that shouldn't be allowed. Maurizio Suleiman should not be allowed to invest in a boxing promotional company when he runs the WBC.
Yeah, I hear you.
How does that make any sense?
I hear you.
Do you mean that's like the Cronkies who own Arsenal are allowed to invest in the FA? How does that make any sense? So we're paying the wages of the referees.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Jaron Ennis versus Lima.
Next week.
Jaron Ennis.
Next week.
This week, next week. Shane's actually going to be in Jamaica when this fight happens, so I'm going to be covering the live by myself. We are going to be live for that fight. We're going to be live for Dave Allen versus Makhmudov as well the same night. So I'm going to be working a double shift. So make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be here for that. Talk to me about Jaron Ennis. And will we see Crawford go down to 154?
No, that's not happening.
We'll just see him go down to 160.
I don't even know what's happening with Crawford. I genuinely don't know. I think he should go down to 160, but I think Crawford should just let the landscape play out. Because for me, circling it back to Jaron Ennis, Crawford says he's going to fight on, but he doesn't know what does Jaron Ennis and Virgil do for him.
Yeah.
Well, if Jaron Ennis beats Virgil, and again, I don't know if that fight happens because Ennis needs to get past Lima and Virgil needs to get by Lubin.
Yeah.
Which that fight got announced last week.
It's on our
schedule. Yeah,
I'll put it on there.
But yeah,
it's in Texas or something.
Yeah. But in terms of Ennis himself, I feel like this fight is so shit. It's so shit because I'm like, I feel like this negatively affected Ennis so much because I think he's in a lose-lose. If he knocks out Lima quickly and does it in despicable,
But he needs rounds. It's a fight to get him. You're right. It's a fight to get you acclimatized to 54. But you pick someone so low level and unknown that when you could go to 8 rounds of him just because you want to, but the reaction from the fans is going to be you went 8 rounds of someone we don't know.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So and at the same time you don't want to go life and death with Madrimov because then that makes you look bad. But you've got to find that middle ground, but 54's too slim, too thin maybe.
It's top heavy. It's very top heavy. You got the Fondora, Virgil, Madrimov, Crawford was there, he's not there no more. Then Boots. All of those guys could all fight each other.
Yeah.
But when you're introducing yourself to the weight class, who do you really want to be fighting?
Is there no one who was a 47 that's recently gone up as well? Maybe had one fight there?
Let me think. Who's recently moved up to 47?
Or up to 54, because that to me make more sense. If you fight a guy who's just about
thing is, Virgil's fighting Lubin, who's kind of been like recycled in that weight class.
Yeah.
So he's just a recycled fighter. And I guess it's just to tick over until he gets the Boots fight.
Yeah.
But at least with Lubin's name's big enough to where you could potentially sell it.
But also this fight with Lubin is coming after Virgil's fought Madrimov.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So not only have you acclimatized, but you fought one of the big guys at this division.
Yeah, facts.
So now Lubin is someone for you to just run straight through and look impressive.
Facts.
To sell
next fight. To sell. True. I think with Boots, there is no selling in this, because if you wash him and you deal with him comfortably, then what you go to the negotiating table with Virgil. Virgil's like, I just beat Madrimov and Lubin. You beat what's this, and people can't buy into this. You know what I'm saying? People can't buy into this narrative. But then if you struggle, it's even worse. So I genuinely don't know. And I don't know what Boots is going to do moving forward, because
it's a weird one. They shouldn't have to even sell this fight. These are two young fighters with strong fan bases behind them, up and coming, who were fighting for the 154 crown. Both touted. And so far, they're both young, up and coming fighters that have been touted with talent and have achieved the things that people say. It's weird to me that this would even struggle.
The issue is Virgil and Jaron Ennis have been, like, their names have been like with each other for years. Even when they were at 47 and they didn't fight at 47. Now they're at 54. It's like, let's say, for me, how I would do it if let's say I'm Turkey. This is how I'm doing it. I'm doing it from a case of, cool, Fondora's with PBC. I'm not going to get that fight over on this side of the street. So the next best fight I can do in this weight class, because Fondora's fighting Furman. So the next best fight I can do in this weight class is Virgil versus Boots. But I will do it on the basis of Virgil versus Boots, and the winner, I will try and get them to fight Crawford if I can. The issue is both fighters' names. It's a gamble, because they both Boots hasn't even fought with Turkey once, and Virgil hasn't headlined a show with Turkey. Virgil ain't even, his next fight ain't even with Turkey either. It's just with Golden Boy. So you don't even actually know their market value. Obviously, because all Boots does is fight on the East Coast, you don't know how translatable that is. You don't know his pay-per-view numbers.
Virgil's last fight was in Saudi.
But on an undercard.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
That's what I'm saying, but again, you don't know how much.
You don't know his market value. So you don't even know where to put them financially. And I'm like, do you just fold them in, or do you try and build up this rivalry between the two to eventually build a mega fight? If I was doing it, that's what I would do. I would probably give them another 2 or 3 fights before they fight each other, because I don't think as it currently stands you'll be maximizing the revenue from that fight, unless you do like a 2-3 fights. They have like multiple fights against each other.
I think, like you said, the problem is that the 154 is so top heavy, so you can't build them without throwing them in with some of the other guys. Virgil's already beat Madrimov.
Facts.
Is Madrimov a harder fight at 154 than Jaron Ennis?
I don't know.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So how do we keep building you? You're at the top of 154. Unless you fight Fondora,
Facts.
who's fighting Keith Thurman. We're live for that fight. Again, do you know what I mean? Like,
but that's why I feel like this fight that Boots is doing is so counterproductive.
He should have fought Thurman.
I don't think it was as available for him, and also Fondora is a world champion, so there was the incentive for.
But I'm saying, like, Thurman was kind of on the bench at the time, right? So
yeah,
you could have got Thurman before.
You'd have to overpay.
Yeah, but you got to overpay anyway. You're probably overpaying Lima.
Potentially.
At least Thurman brings fans with him.
But that's why I thought that they should have made the Josh Kelly fight.
Yeah.
For me, what they should have done was, this would have been the best fight. Go and fight Josh Kelly on a co-main event in Saudi.
Do you think that Jaron Ennis is as familiar with Josh Kelly as we are.
No, but he is. But the reason why I feel like they dropped the ball on that one was because with Josh Kelly, one, UK based, so his name's at least sellable enough. But more importantly, it would have given Turkey a gauge to know what your worth is, because that fight would have been in the UK or in Saudi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're fighting in a place where you sell out all the time. It don't really mean nothing.
Yeah.
Because when you fight Virgil, you ain't fighting him in Philly.
Yeah.
How much Philly people are gonna fly to
Unless
Saudi?
you fight him in New York.
No, they ain't gonna fight in New York. They're gonna fight in Vegas. Because for them to get paid what they want to get paid, they can't fill out 60,000 in Texas.
Yeah.
So they ain't gonna fight in that fight in terms of cultural currency. Can't go to Saudi.
Yeah.
You gotta go fight in Vegas. But are these guys big enough to do a Vegas T-Mobile Arena? Probably not. Well, you don't know. You gotta put the money up and find out.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, this fight doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like with Josh Kelly, you look good in a Josh Kelly fight. Josh Kelly's a sellable name. Saudi would have they would have just put that money up just off the bounce.
Yeah.
And I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
But he's got to look good. He's in a lose-lose. I don't even think, even if he looks good, I don't even feel like it's going to translate. People are saying this is going to be the best boots we see. It might be. But what does it mean?
Lowest level opposition. So, but I think the other thing is as well, I don't want it to become a banana skin where he tries to show off, because he's been trying to sell his name.
That's true.
He's been trying to sell his name for a long time. Do you mean
globally, like in America?
But in terms of like trying to put on impressive looking performances he's been trying to do that.
Facts. See,
he has to travel.
There is two ways to sell yourself: be a very likable guy, be a very hateable person, or fight great fights.
Yeah,
those are the only three ways. He hasn't done either. People don't overly hate him. People don't overly love him outside of Philly.
Do you know who he needs?
Who?
Bill Haney.
Probably.
I mean, so real.
Probably.
He needs Bill.
Probably. Maybe Bill Haney might be right, but his dad's too clean cut.
Yeah, you said Bosey's kind of old school. So.
Yeah, he's an old school, like he's a boxing first guy, and he's not into the whole shenanigans thing.
Yeah.
So, Bill Haney, this guy loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it.
He was one that apparently told Crawford to fight Canelo.
Yeah, but
you see that clip?
Yeah, but Bill Haney's You're gonna say he's a genius. He's a street dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he knows how to make 1 + 1 = 2 = 3 = 4. So
yeah, I hear it. We could touch on Dave Allen real quick.
Yeah.
Before we sign off.
It's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah.
You think he wins?
Depends what Dave Allen turns up. I mean, Dave Allen is someone that I haven't seen him quit, but you might think if the fight's too hard for him, what does he do? I'm
surprised that they made this fight, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see the upside in it. Makhmudov isn't really that big of a name.
But also, Eddie kind of almost, I don't want to say it in these kind of terms, he almost doesn't like Dave Allen, even though he promotes him. He's not his favourite person. I mean, Dave is very straight talking.
Dave Allen's gone from fighting Johnny Fisher
to
fighting Makhmudov.
Yeah.
Financially, that has to be a drop. Makhmudov is not a big name.
He's headlining. He's A-side there, no? Dave Allen?
Probably, but I don't know. Like, how much people are buying into that? Maybe.
Dave Allen in Sheffield.
But could you not have got an opponent that's easier and maybe a better sellable name?
Like who? Because Derek Chisora wants his 50th fight, and I thought, do you throw him in there with does he go in with Dave Allen? Because like, what level is Derek Chisora fighting at?
I'm hearing
Dave Allen wants to win though.
Eddie Hearn said he wants Dave Allen versus Deontay Wilder after this.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
He said that.
I know what he said. He's a promoter. He says a lot of things, but I don't think he does. I think that's part of keeping Dave Allen sweet. And
so
Dave
then
Allen motivated.
who do you put in? Who Dave Allen with?
Joyce, Dubois, these type of.
I would have put in maybe a Joyce. Maybe a Joyce.
Yeah, them type of British level. Like
not Dubois. Dubois would rinse him.
Yeah.
Joyce maybe.
What about Chisora? But do you know what I mean? Like, it's that level. And commercially, Wilder is still a level above them.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not, Wilder's not fighting Dave Allen. If Wilder's going to lose and go out, he's going to go out someone that's got some type of like Spencer against
Deontay Wilder versus Dave Allen in the UK might be a big fight, you know.
No,
It's a big
it would
fight,
be.
you know?
It would be. But I don't know that Wilder takes that fight. It has to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. Because, you know, if you lose to AJ, it's like AJ's 2-time world champion, blah, blah, blah. Losing to Dave Allen.
But you know what though? Let's keep it
Dave's
real.
not even British champion.
Let's keep it real. If Dave Allen, I don't even know if he beats Makhmudov. I don't even know.
Dave Allen is not even British champion.
But I'm saying if Dave Allen beats Makhmudov, let's say he does. I don't know if he does, but let's say he does. And let's say he does fight Deontay Wilder and beats Deontay Wilder. Let's say. Do you not think that could make a big AJ fight versus Dave Allen?
Maybe that's what you think that's what Eddie's
That's
trying,
what Eddie might
Eddie's trying
be
to build
doing.
it. Yeah, Eddie's trying to build it.
Eddie might be doing it. And if he doesn't, and Dave Allen loses to Deontay Wilder versus AJ. Do you know what I'm saying?
But I know Deontay Wilder enough to know that there's a world where he comes over here, bangs out Dave Allen, and don't take the AJ fight. Can you see him doing that?
Maybe.
I can see him doing that, you know.
Maybe the money's run out though. Maybe he wants a big purse.
Mate, if his purse is too heavy, it's gonna hurt his legs.
I genuinely see, because for me, I'm like, why is there just current like investment in Dave Allen all of a sudden? I know he beat Johnny Fisher, but like, we ain't gonna get Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen free.
Yeah.
What are we doing this investment in Dave Allen for?
Yeah.
It has to be.
Gotta be some type of end game. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something.
Maybe.
Because he put money back. Bro, Makhmudov is not a big name.
Do you know what it is? Eddie doesn't talk that positively about Dave Allen because he still stings from the fact that Dave Allen just killed off one of the people he's put quite a lot of money into. So he's done a lot. He's done his conkers, as Eddie would say, on Johnny Fisher twice. As soon as you hear him start talking about Dave Allen in a positive way, that means the AJ fight is going.
Facts.
As soon as you hear him say, Dave, devastating fashion. Look, if he turns up in the best shape of his life, he could do real damage to people. He's a tricky opponent. As soon as he starts talking like that,
I can see Dave Allen. For me, I don't know where Makhmudov is. So let's say Dave Allen beats Makhmudov, and I can see Makhmudov beating Dave Allen. As you said, we don't know what Dave Allen we're gonna get, but I can see it, bro. I can see
I
the
think
writing
Makhmudov's
on
a
the wall.
little bit overrated.
I think he's overrated as
Because
well.
a lot of it comes whenever I hear people talk about him, and it's like borderline racist. It's not quite racist, but it's borderline racist. Do you know what I mean? It's like when there's a big black man that's not a great boxer, but they're just like, look at the size of him. Just look at the size. I was like, bro, he's not good. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all well and good talking about he's big. Like people constantly talk about this. He looks scary, doesn't he? It's like, do you know what I mean?
He's not walking down the alleyway, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, what's going on?
He's just a big Russian dude, isn't it? Like, fair enough. I've seen Marius Vac in real life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. You know, these guys are big guys. Do you know what I mean? But that's all I'm about to talk about. He's a scary looking guy. I'm like, imagine, I sometimes feel bad if it's poor fella sitting at home listening to the radio. Imagine talking about him. He's probably sitting there
like he's Frankenstein.
Yeah, he's probably sitting there with his kids going, what do I do? What are you talking about me like this? But yeah, Dave Allen versus Makhmudov.
That's gonna be a tough sell for Eddie. I don't know how he managed. Maybe Dave Allen's got a bigger name than we think. And if he can sell
amongst white English people, for sure.
So you're telling me Eddie Hearn can't see the Dave Allen versus AJ fight?
No, now you say it makes sense.
When he's trying to sell AJ versus Fury.
It makes sense.
And he's selling to the same audience.
It makes sense.
AJ needs a win in this audience. Bro, I'm telling you, mark my words, you heard it here first.
For the white northern audience.
Literally.
Yeah.
He could be... I can't see not any other reason. Why else would...
We'll see. In a year's time, we'll see, because he's saying AJ's back in training camp.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about AJ another time, but...
who's AJ going to fight in the tune-up?
Femi, anyhow you lose to Dave Allen, a.k.a. the White Rhino from Sheffield. And you'll be scenes like his post-fight.
Yeah, facts.
His post-fight, I'll be like, I'm scared down Morley's, isn't I? Like, do you know what I mean? I just come. Have you seen Dave Allen?
Yeah, facts.
Remember we spoke before about how English people really love like the working class.
Facts.
That's why they the pub guys, but not just the pub guys. Like really like humble. Even when he wins, he's sort of like, oh, I just want my next opportunity. Like, you know, I'm just happy to be here. Really, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I just want to get out of the house a bit. He talks like that, and that's his like shtick. Like English people love that. They lap that up. They lap that up. That's like black people when someone's got a chain and a gold tooth. They love that shit. It's just chalk and cheese.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Yeah, maybe we see Dave. What? That's a fall from grace, man.
What, AJ versus Dave Allen?
AJ versus Dave Allen. He's not even won a British level title.
Yeah, but bro is Eddie.
No, I know. If anyone can sell to white working class people, it's Eddie. But I'm just saying, it's mad that like, probably the lowest level opposition he's ever.
We fought Ngannou, bro. He's for Ngannou, bro.
Ngannou was a world champion in a different sport, but he's Ngannou.
In terms of profile, maybe. In terms of profile, yeah, you're right. In terms of profile, you're right.
You don't think Ngannou could win a British? Nah, he probably couldn't.
But in terms, I get your point. In terms of profile, I mean that's a definite fall from grace.
In the world of boxing, Dave Allen has the same amount of accolades as Tommy Fury.
But
Hughie Fury is above Dave Allen.
Facts. No, maybe not now. Maybe not now. Maybe not now. Hughie Fury is in the dumps right now.
Maybe not now. But yeah, listen. OnlyFacts Sports. We've got the merch. We're here. We're going to be live. Let me tell you what we're going to be live for. Thank you to everyone that's been joining us on the football lives as well. We have Man United versus Sunderland this Saturday. Weekend. 2:45, 3 o'clock kickoff. 3 o'clock kickoff, or you lot playing 4:30?
I thought it was 4:30, but I could be wrong.
Now you're on the 3 o'clock kickoff, and I think Arsenal is also on the 3 o'clock kickoff. So we'll do. Do you want to do a joint watch along then?
Yeah, I'll probably come in. Is it?
Are you going to come?
Yeah, I'll come in.
You lot are 3 o'clock. It's in front of me right now. But on the list of lives that we've got, I've got Arsenal at 3 o'clock as well. So I think they're both 3 o'clock kickoffs. So you're going to come here Saturday?
I told you that already, and you said you're going to go gym, bro.
What, on Saturday?
Yeah, I told you I was going to come to your house to film the stream. When I told you my house was going to be very busy on Saturday.
I didn't know you meant this Saturday.
So what Saturday did you mean? Man United is playing this Saturday, bro.
Right, you say a lot of stuff.
You're drunk, fam. You need to lay off the drugs.
And then, yeah, so we're going to be like, okay, double header Saturday. The things I could have been promoting this, but Man United fans don't want to watch Man United. We've got a double header, West Ham versus Arsenal, Man United versus Sunderland. It's all going to be kicking off next week. Dave Allen versus Makhmudov. It's international break, so there's going to be no football. So Dave Allen versus Makhmudov, and then Ennis versus Lima. Then we've got all the Arsenal games. Fulham. No, I'm not doing Fulham. I'm going to be at a wedding. But then Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. That's going to be a big game.
When's that?
The 21st of October.
Okay.
So we've got the 2 or 3 weeks time. Then on the 25th, we've got Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley in London, and then Fundora versus Keith Thurman, and that's going to give us a real lay of the land potentially for does Fundora, if he can get through Keith Thurman, which he probably should do, then is he looking at Virgil? Is he looking at Jaron Ennis? Because by that time Ennis would have fought as well. So let's see, it's all heating up in the 154 division. But yeah, so like the video, subscribe to the channel, lock in for all of that content, do you know what I'm saying? And it's free. Hitting the subscribe button is free, do you know what I'm saying? It's worth money, but it's free. Do you know what I mean? So you might as well do it.
Facts.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
We're out. Peace and love.